Do something you're very passionate about, and don't try to chase what is kind of the hot passion of the day.
Work hard, like every waking hour. That's the thing I would say. Now is the time to take risk.
You should never be satisfied, and you should be always frightened and on the qui-vive. Always put you in question. Is what we do really enough? Are we doing good innovations? Are we managing in the right direction? What can go?
Imagine this circle represents $1 million. Now visualize the $10 million. This is what $100 million looks like. And here's what $1 billion looks like. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, has a net worth that's 117 times this amount. And then there's you. You're likely working a job right now, a job you got after studying for a degree at university. Maybe your savings are minimal, your living expenses feel overwhelming, and your paycheck doesn't seem to stretch far enough. Perhaps you're burdened with credit card debt, or maybe you're a student investing years in a degree you hope will land you a good job, one that pays well. Savings? You probably don't have any. Instead, you're shadowed by student loans. Wealth becoming rich? That feels like a fantasy. How did others achieve it, you wonder? Seeing millionaires and billionaires, especially those who struck gold at a young age, leaves you puzzled. It's frustrating. They must have been lucky, born into wealth, or maybe even cheated their way up. And you tell yourself, money doesn't make them happy anyway. Money is the root of all evil. I'm just not smart enough. I'm unlucky. Those dreams you once had, buying that dream home, owning your favorite car, paying off your mortgage, traveling the world, they now seem like distant fantasies. You've resigned yourself to the belief that it's all rigged, and you're on the losing side. But what if you're wrong? What if there's a path to wealth? A formula to understand money? A science behind its workings? What if you didn't have to abandon those dreams? Would you dismiss me as a liar if I told you this? I promise you I'm not. And by the end of this video, you'll see why.
After much consideration, I took the less safe path to follow my passion, and I'm proud of that choice. Seen in that light, it really was a difficult choice, but ultimately, I decided I had to give it a shot. I didn't think I'd regret trying and failing, and I suspected I would always be haunted by a decision to not try at all. I believe in that all of my best decisions in business and in life have been made with heart, intuition, guts, not analysis.
There's another side to the coin, a side you've never been shown. But let me warn you, the journey is not easy. It's riddled with challenges and hard truths. It'll require unlearning what society and the school system have taught you. And let's be honest, many won't make it to the end of this road. But for those who do, there's a reward waiting. At the finish line lies wealth and the freedom to live without financial worries. So, are you still with me? If so, let's begin. What do you really think about money? Is it something you work for? Is it earned, inherited, or the root of all evil? Are you constantly chasing it? Most of your beliefs about money stem from your upbringing and environment. If you grew up in a family with little wealth, you might believe you're destined for the same. Or perhaps you've gone in the opposite direction, determined to earn as much as possible to escape that reality. Either way, the lack of financial education in schools hasn't helped. As a result, most people develop false beliefs about money that hinder their journey.
I could afford was to go somewhere quiet, to just sit still, or read a book, or go outside, or go for a run, play with my child. And in those moments, I found my most profound moments of happiness. I learned that my daughter doesn't need any money or expensive gifts or fancy trips. All she wants, really, is a few moments a day of my undivided attention.
Hollywood doesn't make it any easier, portraying the wealthy as greedy, corrupt, and self-serving. Have you bought into that stereotype? Studies like WealthX reveal that 68% of the world's ultra-wealthy, those with a net worth of $30 million or more, are self-made. Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, Howard Schultz, Elon Musk, Sarah Blakely, all self-made billionaires. What do they know that you don't? Here's the issue. You've been taught the wrong equation. You've likely been taught that money equals salary from a job. Education becomes the stepping stone to a job, and your salary becomes the measure of your success. But if your goal is to create substantial wealth in a short time, this equation won't work. Time is your most precious resource. It's finite and irreplaceable. A job pays based on the hours you work. If you earn $20 per hour and work 40 hours a week, it would take nearly 24 years to reach $1 million without considering taxes, expenses, or inflation. That's not freedom. That's trading your life for money. So how do young self-made millionaires and billionaires achieve their wealth? They have a better equation. They understand something about money that you don't. Stop chasing money. In a capitalist society, you're paid in proportion to the perceived value you provide. The market, the consumers, decide your worth. Consider football players. People argue they're overpaid, but their earnings are tied to the massive demand for football. Fans spend billions on tickets, merchandise, and broadcasts, creating a market where top players are highly rewarded. The next step is scalability. Your solution must impact a large audience. A single restaurant isn't scalable. A restaurant franchise is. A yoga teacher earns $100 per hour but is limited by time. An online yoga course that runs 24/7, however, is scalable. Automation and systems are crucial. Delegate tasks, build efficient processes, and scale your solution. Eventually, you'll face two paths. Continue running your business or sell it. Selling could lead to life-changing wealth, like Instagram being acquired by Facebook or PayPal by eBay. Alternatively, you might continue running your business because you're passionate about it or believe in its future growth. Either way, you've done it. You solved a problem, created value, and were rewarded.
In the business of technology, you have to think about what are you missing? What is the research or customer feedback that you should be paying more attention to? And how do you keep that pace of innovation very, very high? How do you make sure you're hiring the very best people? And that kind of focus has helped drive us forward through all the milestones the company has had. Certainly the internet is a great example of that. We had to tear up our plans and step back and say, well, how do we really embrace all that's good about the internet and recognize some of the shortcomings and make sure we're leading the way?
But was it really about the money? For most, it never is. Money is a tool, a means to an end. It's the freedom to live life on your terms. If not, remember, stop chasing money. Chase problems and find solutions. This is the formula for wealth. Whether it brings you happiness or fulfillment, only you can decide. But a meaningful struggle is worth the pursuit.